It's Friday morning here at Disneyland, a rope drop Friday morning. That's Space Mountain behind me. It has reopened just this morning, this September 6th morning, after about a month-long closure. And that's a big deal for me and a lot of fans of Disneyland and fans of Space Mountain, because there's been one particular issue that has been plaguing this attraction for quite a while now, and that's that launch wall, the blue lights at the first launch path, and we're here to see if they have fixed that. There have been, the permits filed were very vague. They don't really specify, they mention new LED lighting and changes to the queue, lighting into the queue, and some retheming within the loading platform areas. What the heck retheming could be is what I'm really curious to find out. But again, the big news, the curiosity about this is whether or not they're going to fix the blue lights. It's the best part. It's my favorite part of Space Mountain. Well, maybe my second favorite part, because I do love the countdown. But they did a whole refurb almost a year ago, late October last year. It was down for like 2 months, and we thought for sure then that they were going to do that, and we came here and did a whole rope drop episode about Space Mountain then, and that didn't happen. So now it's been almost 10, 11 months later, and we're hoping that this is the time. We think that that's what they're going to be doing. We think that that's what's going to be done, but I don't want to assume too much. I feel like the issue is very much in doubt. As a matter of fact, when I was walking in this morning, crossing through the tunnel, the entrance tunnel, I heard somebody say, "It's still not working, it's still broke." Now, I don't know for sure if he was talking about Space Mountain. It was at like 8:02 in the morning, so definitely some people had been on it, for sure.
Watch out, kids.
It's going to take a minute to find out, though, because, my goodness, there are a lot of folks here at what is now 8:10 in the morning, 8:15. Wow. Let's take a look at those permits, actually, while we have a minute. Going back to June. Space Mountain, a light pole. New light poles at exterior concourse area with electrical. I'm assuming that that's what these boxes are. There's this one, there's another one on the other side over there, alongside the old people mover track, and then you've got these additional boxes out here. I mean, it makes sense. We're talking about the old concourse, this is it. Then you've got tenant improvement, reshroud existing column with drywall and steel, and retheme existing opening at loading platform only with electrical. Retheme existing platform only. That's the curious phrase, because why put that in there? Why, does theming in this sense mean something different than what we're accustomed to? Or should we be expecting to see something different at the loading platform? I don't know. And then you've got electrical for new LED lights. This is back in August. Electrical for new LED lights within attraction queue, not the actual ride, not the actual track. And then electrical support, Space Mountain building tenant improvement. It doesn't say anything, no specifics. So you can understand my hesitation in calling the blue lights being fixed here. And I'm like, at this point now, when I'm standing out here 70-30 on this thing, even, 70 against those blue lights coming back. least the really important stuff is, as it should be, the music out here in the exterior queue, the Space Mountain sign as you walk through that threshold, and of course the safety spiel out here. I wonder how he's doing today, that guy. I wonder what he's up to. I hope he's well. It really is the best. They didn't bring back the mural. Shame. But the people are here. This is taking a while. So one of those permits did say that something was going to be happening in the queue, lighting enhancements in the queue, and something being rethemed. Whether or not that's like obvious to the guest facing at all, I guess we'll see. It could be that they just replaced the lights to something that's maybe a little bit more energy efficient, or it's not a like a fluorescent type light or something like that. I mean, I'm looking, but dang, I can't tell any difference here. So I thought maybe that was one of the lights down there on the side panels. That looks to be the same to me as well. Spoiler, I just got word that I think we are good to go for the blue lights. I think we are good to go. Oh my god, I'm so excited.
Space shuttle, for your safety,
Let's go back and walk over.
inside the market.
Yeah. Nothing else, we get that back.
Mission control. We are initiating power transfer in 3, 2, 1.
Yes! so cool. It's so good to have a proper Space Mountain back. I mean, Space Mountain by itself is amazing, the music and the track and, you know, just the whole thrill of the indoor roller coaster situation. But for a nerd like me who is a nerd for lighting effects, it's so good to have that back. Now, I want to say, it didn't look exactly like it did in the past, and hopefully I'll be able to do, you know, a little side-by-side thing here, but I felt like it was a little less blue. That was, you know, like not every thing was blue. Maybe my memory's bad on this, but I'll have to look at that in post, but it doesn't matter. It's just the fact that the effect exists, and it looks really, really nice. It looks great, and it really sets the mood. It sets the moment for Space Mountain. You know, each subsequent, that's why I love this as a roller coaster so much, and why I love indoor roller coasters like this, is that, you know, you got the blue thing, you know, the blue lights, then you get to the second section with the strobe, and you've got the music happening at the same time. And then as you hit the top of the red strobe and you start to make that left and going up the final lift hill, you get the countdown, and then just that badass Space Mountain music. I'm a happy guy right now. And it only took, 18 months it was, like I said, it was in October when they did the last update, and I gotta say, it had to be 5-6 months before that those blue lights stopped working. So it's been darn near or around a year and a half, maybe longer. I don't know. I can't. But it's all. Everything is forgiven. I'm a happy guy now. Space Mountain's back. It's, you know, it's gonna absorb a lot of guests here in the park. It's gonna take a lot of pressure off of the other attractions here in Tomorrowland, Star Tours, you know, and Nemo and all that. Space Mountain is just one of those key attractions here at Disneyland. So good to have it back. I mean, I feel like it's been gone forever, but it's only been like a month or so. But well done, awesome. I'm not even going to worry about, you know, what those other updates were, what those other repairs were. I guess that's non-guest facing stuff anyway. So I'm going to leave it at that. I'm going to go home. I'm so excited. I'm so excited about the return of Space Mountain right now that I'm going to go home right now. It is 9-something a.m. It's 9:01 a.m. I just got done. I got home from Halloween Horror Nights at Universal last night. We got home at like, I don't know, 1 in the morning or something. And I was up, you know, dude, roped up this morning. I'm going to go home and edit this, get this out to you right now. So I guess this video isn't over yet. After I left the attraction back there, I ran into Chris from LMG, who, by the way, after you're done watching this video, and our obviously very poor recording of it because I'm using my Pocket 3, go find LMG Vids. He does brilliant low light videos of ride-throughs. And although his is probably not up yet, it'll probably be up shortly after you see this one. So check out Chris from LMG. I often use his ride-through videos in our videos when I can't get a decent shot. Anyway, I was talking to Chris, and he said, yes, the lighting effects were very apparent to him in some cases. And for example, there's a lighting package that happens when the rockets launch. After you get in your ride vehicle and you leave the station, as it were, there's a lighting package that happens. Back before, it was just sort of a blinking situation. Now it's got a more, pronounced change from, blue to red or something to that effect, which I can't visualize at the moment because I am still here at the park and I haven't looked at the post. But hopefully we'll be able to illustrate that in this video as I'm talking. And then also, there's a sort of a change in the color palette where, and this is something that I did kind of notice myself. It's very purple, the whole loading area, the whole queue, the final queue space. There's a definite purplish glow happening there. That was less pronounced today. But what those changes are, how do they change it? I'm not quite sure. But that is something that you may notice. And then some of the guest lighting, as we talked about along the rails and things like that, have been updated as well. But those are the two things I'm going to hope to find as I'm talking to you and as I look at this in post, are what's happening at the actual launch and that overall color happening in that queue space when you're on the ramps. Cool stuff, right? Cool stuff. Thanks for watching, guys. Once more, and I hope you enjoyed. If you do, please do consider joining our Patreon campaign. Hi, guys. How are you? Good morning. Our Patreon campaign at patreon.com/freshbaked. Also follow our newsletter. There's a link in the description for that, where we do a lot of updates and tips, park science. If you guys like park science, check out our newsletter. Same for Patreon, for that matter. And then follow us on Instagram at _freshbaked, on Twitter at freshbakedisney, that's freshbaked.e, and on TikTok at freshbakedisney. Otherwise, we love you guys. We'll see you next time. Be safe out there. Be kind to one another. Fresh baked.